What is going on here? Thanks for tuning in to another Black Sheep TV production. Today we're actually going to continue our Building on a Budget video series, and it kind of came down to the two. So far we have completed the Schwarzer in the last episode, the most current, the Ruiner in the very first episode, and in between the two episodes we had the Futo. So now it leaves the Sentinel XS, which I'm going to be the spoiler, I'm going to be the bearer of bad news, and I feel like I almost have to do this since this is going to be based around the clutch kicking drift technique here. That vehicle there, as pretty as it is, as beautiful it is, as big of a fanboy of the BMW drift community as I am, it's not going to work for us. So we may still build it, but I'm trying to be savvy with the money here in the end. I'm not going to go too much on that, but just like I said, spoiler alert. So it's really coming down between the Vigero and the Fusilade. You know what? I've already pretty much made the decision. I don't know why I'm sitting here thinking. So the Fusilade. So I'm hoping to keep this build at under 80,000. But I know this build might be like a two-timer. We might have to bring it to the track, and then we might have to bring it back to the deal, and then bring it back to the track for the final build, and see what works and what doesn't, because I know that this is a very, very temperamental vehicle. And when I say temperamental, I mean that it's very, very slippery and slidey, and I know some people run this with a spoiler, some people run it with no turbo, some people run it with both of those, both of the above. Anyways, no armor, no brakes, bumpers. What do we got for bumpers? Lower it down a little bit, take that license plate off. We might come back to it. Engine, that's a must. So 16,000 right off the bat. I need to write these things down. Exhaust. Center exhaust, huh? Big bore, feeling it. Hood. Okay, so we can actually throw a vented hood on this thing, or the carbon fiber hood. We're gonna leave it alone. Again, we'll leave that alone for right now. Loss and theft, good thing we got both of them. Horn and lights I'm gonna leave alone. I'm gonna leave the plate alone. We're gonna leave the respray alone. Skirts, okay, we do got skirts here. Alright, so just to make it look prettier, I'm gonna throw the skirts on. I know this is gonna affect my performance a little bit, but we're gonna see how much it really affects me. Like I said, this is a very temperamental vehicle, so it's going to really be up to the user on what they like. That goes with every vehicle, though. It really does. So I am actually going to run my spoiler. No, I'm not. I'm not going to run the spoiler setup yet. We're going to run sports suspension on it. I've been finding that I really do like the sports suspension in this clutch kicking technique with a lot more vehicles than with the slam suspension. I don't know what it is exactly. So we got to get that turbo tuning. So the transmission's got to go in 26,000. Turbo 31,875. Wheels. Actually, I'm gonna run the sports. I'm gonna run sports tires on this just to get a little extra stick. We're gonna go with those ones. The S Racer. So if my calculations are correct, right now we're actually well over our 80,000 mark. We're at 90,275. That's kind of a rough number because I didn't catch the exact cost of the bumper and skirts, but it should be very close to our actual number. So it looks like respray then. Windows as well. 3,500 for the windows. So respray is going to be the crucial aspect on what we're looking at here. You know what? I'm going to go basic. Since we went well over our budget, we're going to go with the classic white. Looks like ice white is slightly cheaper, $810. We're going to go with the carbon fiber hood just for the look. And then that can allow us to do our wheel color, which we'll do carbon black. So just shy of 97,000. Definitely do not do bulletproof tires. You're definitely not doing that. So that will allow us to then, if we do need to do this, I actually think since we threw the carbon fiber on there, I'd probably end up throwing this on there. But we're going to go test it without first and see how it does. If it's too slippery, too slidey, well, guess what? We have the ability to change this up. We did put the sports tires on there, so it's going to be right in that mid-range. If we want something even stickier, we can go with high-end carbon fiber wheels. It'll fit this build even better. So that's going to do it for us, guys. $96,825 later. We went well over our budget, but hey, can't say I'm a big fan of the Chrysler Crossfire, but then again, I'm not a big fan of, like, drifting Mercedes-Benzes either, and that's the Schwarzer. Drifting Aston Martins, that's the Rapid GT. Been asking myself with this series, what is budget? What counts as budget, you know? I don't know. I really don't know how to answer that. Is it under 100,000? Is it under $250,000? Is it under 200,000? I mean, a budget build in real life is, I would consider under 15,000, you know, 10 to 15K. And that's going to be tough to get a good, decent drift build for that. You're going to have to do a lot of work yourself, but In this game, money's a different thing. Let's see how this thing drifts, though. That's the real question of this episode. Interesting. It's a little slippery and slidey. I understand what people are talking about, but oh, yeah, it's slippery. This is not the best course, though, either. I have come up with that. You really have to straighten the car out and do a lot of stuff. Well, unless you're really, really good. I'm sure there's a few people that could link this bad boy here and make it look real nice. Ugh. Hell yeah. I like this car. With every car, and I say this so many videos, I've said this, it's all going to be different. It's all going to, you're going to have to get used to every little different vehicle as we spin out. I don't know exactly how to rank it. We are definitely still going to go, and we're going to throw that spoiler on here, and then we're going to take it back to the track, and I'm going to let you know if I like it more or if I don't like it more, and let you know why. Nothing ever happened. We was at the drift track. Alright. Spoiler. We said we were going to throw this one on there. It does fit the build, so that's the one we're going to do. 2,600 added on. That's like 99,000 right there. Literally. So PS4 Event 1, guys. I hope you guys caught that last video that I put out. That's going to be on Halloween night, guys. October 31st, 8 o'clock p.m. Central Time Zone, U.S. time. Also, follow us on Twitter at blacksheep_herd. That will point you in the right direction. That day I'll be posting. Event starts in 2 hours, starts in 1 hour, whenever I post those. And yes, guys, we are going to have a costume contest, there's a little costume thing. It's not really a costume party because we're there to drift. We're not going to be partying around our costumes is the sole reason for gather. It's our vehicles. It's the smoke, burning rubbers. That didn't sound right. So it'll pretty much just be me. It's going to be a $10 PSN card since that is going to be on PlayStation. I look forward to that. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. And it'll let us just kind of break the ice and finally get to meet all the supporters over there. I have a lot of people that are asking for my PSN. I have a temporary PSN right now. I'm not giving out to anybody. Even my mother, even my brother. I'm trying to get everything set up on the account. I don't need a bunch of messages and party invites and all this. In the meantime, nothing personal, just simply, I am not comfortable on the platform yet. I want to try to figure out how to do things and utilize it. Event 1 will be good to go. So if you want to speak, if you want to drift, if you want to hang out, Event 1 will be the place to go. After that, if you want to schedule meetings and actually talk one-on-one and stuff like that about drift-oriented things, we can definitely do that as well. I know people that are in the drift community over here want to speak, and that's awesome. I'm completely for that, but I'm so dang busy. As I said, it's nothing personal. It's just my schedule sucks right now. And that leads into Patreon to open up some time. Let's see how this car reacts too. I ran into a legal issue with Patreon, believe it or not. I know that's going to sound stupid, but the first corner was weird. I didn't know how to judge it, but yeah, legal issue on Patreon, guys. Ran into, or I won't be able to offer one of my big rewards due to it not really being, it's like gambling in a sense, or it's a form of gambling, and that's not what we want. We don't want to, come up to that. So Patreon, unfortunately, is going to be delayed slightly, not too severely at all. I don't know if I like it better with this on there or with it off. I feel like it makes it spin out more with it on there, and that's what I was trying to get away from. straighten out in every dang corner. I just don't know when it's going to drift and when it's not going to drift. So right off the bat, guys, I don't know, some of you might actually prefer this build. I prefer it without the spoiler. I like the look of it with the spoiler a little bit more. Makes it look a little bit more drift, you know, build-ish kind of, but realistically it's not about the looks. Take it off. I would do it without. If you do want that little extra added stickiness, maybe try wheels first. Try the high end, or even try tuner wheels, and that'll really sticken up your, yeah, it'll be sticky. It'll be a lot more stickier for you. Not a ton, but you will notice it when you're clutch kicking. It's not just me that wants this thing to survive. There's a good chunk of you guys out there too that want to see me posting videos, and you guys don't want to see this channel going anywhere. You guys want to see it keep rolling and keep on going. And to you guys, that's where the Patreon comes in. I mean, to you guys, I offer that, but I also, therefore, since you are going to take that step, or those numerous steps in doing that, hell, I'm going to give you something too in return. And that goes across the board from little to big. So if you want to support big, you get big. But it'll probably be, I'm going to try to meet the same deadline of November 1st for Patreon. But I can't stick to it as a guarantee anymore, because that killed me. It killed me. And with all that said for news, I think that pretty much sums it up for us too, with that event 1 coming up. Bring your costumes, you wear the costume for the whole dang event, all that good stuff. Should make for some good videos as I throw it into the poll. Should make for some good video. And yeah, I look forward to just meeting all you guys. That's the main thing. It's not about, you know, that. The $10 thing, it's just a slight give to the community. And to my Xbox One players that are saying, what the heck, we had all these events, you never gave us $10 or nothing like that. Don't feel left out. We're just getting to the point now where it's like, I paid all of my own finances for my PS4 and getting it up to date and getting her rolling. And so now I'm starting to give some of my ad money back to the community. You know, I haven't touched one penny of that ad money, and it's not a lot, like it's a couple $100, but who better to give that ad money to than you guys? And hopefully that fuels more ad money, so then we can give more to you guys, and that fuels more and more and more and more. And that would be great, wouldn't it, guys? And that would leave Black Sheep TV up at the top of the leaderboard, and we would definitely be making videos on a daily basis. The whole thing is I work, and I need to work to keep groceries and rent paid. And if I don't do that, I don't eat, and I don't have internet, and I can't make videos. So if we could somehow replace that, I could play it just about every day, as if I was 16 again or something like that. But that needs to replace my job, and like, we are so far away from that, Herd. Not disrespecting or anyway, but like, we're way far from that. We're not even close. We're about 1/50th of the way there. So unfortunately, yeah, can't be thinking about that anytime soon. At the pace we're at, that's going to be 25 years from now. But anyways, guys, I appreciate all of you guys that do support the channel, that are tuning into these videos, that are sharing these videos, sharing the videos on YouTube, on your social media, on your platforms. They spread to other people that I don't know, that other people don't know, only you know, and people around your circle know. So if you really want to help the channel out, guys, that is one of the great ways to do it. Just share. After beating that one flat, I definitely hope you stay happy, stay positive, and we will definitely speak to you next time.